Inside the Mouse Castle with Tim and Anthony.
Welcome to the party. You found the Mouse Castle Lounge. The
Visit
place
us
to be
at
for good times and great
themousecastle.com.
conversations
Follow the Mouse
from the
Castle
world of
on
Disney.
Facebook.
The bar
Inside
is
the
open,
MC
your
on
table
Twitter.
is waiting, and
Inside
drinks
the
are
Mouse
now
Castle
being
is
served.
not affiliated
Come on
with the Walt
in.
Disney
And
Company.
now, here's
Soon,
your host,
you'll understand
the keeper
why.
of the Mouse
Here's
Castle
Tim and
Lounge,
Anthony.
Tim Calloway.
Oh God, what was that?
You like it?
No,
It's
that hurts my ears.
It's our new theme song. I decided to mash together the openers of the Mouse Castle Lounge and Inside the Mouse Castle with Tim and Anthony because I don't have a clue what
Clearly,
it is
yes,
we're
with that
actually
theme
doing
song.
here. Yes.
I don't know either. I'm just.
But-
you said my name in a mirror 3 times, and I have shown up, and I don't know.
And here we are. I know. This is shocking. Do you know it's been 5 years? I mean, it's almost 5 years. Like within like a week or two or something. I mean, it was we kind of quietly went away in March.
We famously had a feud. We haven't spoken to each other.
No, not at all. We really hate each other's guts.
I've been touring with Sammy Hagar, and
Van Hagar.
yeah, they had some
Is
hits.
he dead now? I thought he was dead.
Sammy Hagar?
Didn't Sammy Hagar?
No,
Yeah.
the Van Halen guy is.
Yeah,
That he
but I
is.
thought Sammy Hagar did too. I don't know.
Well, hold on. Man.
But David Lee Roth goes on. Who go figure.
He will bury us all.
That's true. Him and what's his face with the Rolling Stones.
All of them.
All of them. True. True. Keith Richards. That's what I was thinking of. All these years later of not doing podcasts, my timing is just as impeccable as it ever was.
Yeah, we got some top-notch references, hot off the grill. The young people are going to love this.
Oh, yes, they are. Yep, because this is what the internet needs. 2 more white guys talking about entertainment, which is really what we should probably call the show.
I don't know how well that'll play.
Yes, this is what podcasting needs right now. Yeah.
Yeah, more, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, for those of you wondering who may have stumbled on this by accident, I'm Tim Calloway, and you are
Anthony Reynolds.
And welcome to Inside the Mouse Castle Lounge with Tim and Anthony.
Again.
This literally, as Anthony said, I said his name 3 times, and he appeared in this little miniaturized model of a small town.
I said, it's showtime, and I'm here.
Yeah, it's showtime. and here we are. And I mean, it was literally, we're recording this on a Monday, last Friday, I think it was. I had been drinking apple martinis. You were consuming some other type of beverage, I'm sure.
Where I live now, I actually have a brewery that's like right across the street. And then now I have a new pub that just opened up next door. So I'm just going to be wandering around the neighborhood for a while. It's going to be great. But
very
yes.
Nice, very nice. So anyway, so we had been going back and forth. There was a couple of tweets that you had posted that I replied to, and so I shot you a message and said, we should do this again. And here we are, 3 days later. We're recording a podcast that's part of the Mouse Castle canon, I suppose. We're not exactly sure where we're going with this or how many more of these we're going to do, but we're definitely doing this one just because it's fun and we had nothing else, better to do on a Monday afternoon.
No, we're just going to reboot it and keep doing it until Deborah Missing and Megan Mullally can't stand each other again.
Exactly. See? Because that's entertainment. That is showbiz, kids.
Yeah, so I mean, this is probably going to be our sloppiest episode, let's hope.
Yeah. Well, I went back.
We're getting our footing again.
I actually went back and I listened to some of our old episodes. I listened to the last one that we did. And I actually had a moment where it's like, we're pretty good. We didn't suck.
I'll take your word because I cannot listen to myself.
Well, that is, the other career path that I took after I stopped podcasting. I have to listen to myself all the time. I do voice acting for those of you out there that did not know that. And really, saying, okay, to be, full confession, total honesty right now, I owe you an apology.
Me?
because 5 years ago, it was kind of my decision to stop doing this. And it was at a time when I was really trying to make a business out of the Mouse Castle, which was a big mistake. First of all, trying to make a business out of anything based on your podcasting output, probably not a good idea. But I got so focused on this being about a business, and I got so obsessed with, listener numbers, and is there a way to attract sponsors, and is there any way to generate income from this? I kind of burned out on it. And I think the warning signs were there. I'm sure I had brought it up and I'd mentioned it to you, over time. But finally, one night we, got together at our scheduled time to do the podcast, and I said, I think we're done.
I remember that. I didn't remember.
And that was kind of the end of it, and that's on me, and I don't think it was a particularly nice thing to do. So I am sorry for that.
I think it was one of those things at the time where you have plans with somebody, you're going to go out, but really you just kind of want to not go out. So I think it was kind of mutual. I think we were both kind of burnt out a bit from it.
Yeah, we needed our space.
Yes, I couldn't stand you. But no.
I know, but this is the part that I really enjoy doing. This was the best part of the show. It's just you and I just riffing and bantering and going back and forth. And that's what I like about us deciding to do it this time, because there is no preparation. We're doing this just for fun, not obsessing about the numbers. We both have, other things, that we do, and let's just have some fun and be silly, and, there you go. Welcome back.
I'm here for a good time. I miss you. I can't wait for us to get back together in person.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh yeah. And I mean, my God, look at all the things that have happened in the 5 years since we last did this. We missed the entire Trump administration.
I wouldn't say I missed it.
This is true. Well, we missed the opportunity to talk about it on a podcast. We made it in time, to enjoy part of the pandemic.
We're at the end of it. I mean, I'm in Texas now, so it's over for us. It's been over the whole time. We just kind of go
for months. Yeah.
No, I've been lucky to be in an area where it's.
You got your shots, right?
Yes, I got my Pfizer. I volunteered here actually. So I beat the system. I woke up one morning going, I'm going to get vaccinated this weekend. And then I put in the hours needed to qualify at the vaccination site. And I got it within 2 days. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Good for you. I got my first shot, and I actually got my first shot without being technically eligible for it. It was before they lowered the age. And I was basically at Walmart, and I knew the time was coming in the beginning of April that they were going to, open up the eligibility to get the vaccine. And so I just basically went to the pharmacy and said, hey, it's coming. Can I go ahead and schedule it now? And the girl behind the counter, opens up her little schedule book and, looks it over and says, well, we can get you in today if you like.
I won't say no.
And it's like, I won't say no. I won't say no. And that was about 10 o'clock in the morning. They called me back about 2:30. I went in, I got my first shots, and I've got my second shot coming up in a couple of weeks.
It feels great. Like my parents actually came out to visit. Now here, it's like luckily, my family and me, we're all masked people. That was never an issue for us. And so we're going to all...
Well, you were before the pandemic anyway.
Oh, yes. I was literally the Phantom of the Opera for a while. I haunted an opera downtown for a while. I met this woman named Christine. I took her down to the sewers. It was a whole thing. There was a musical about it.
Yeah, but that's always been your thing, to take a date down to the sewers to impress them.
Yes.
I know how you roll.
Yeah, my master Splinter is down there, and I like to, introduce my dates. No, but we went out, and it's bizarre because, a lot of the places that we went to here where I'm at, it's a fairly, good area for that. The state itself is not, but we went to a few restaurants, and masks were, required for the most part. But we went to one place, and it was outdoors, which was, the saving grace. But I'm not used to seeing servers' faces. That threw me off completely, and I don't know that I'll be going back to that place.
Oh my, yeah, and see that's how you know whether you're going to be doing business with these places in the future. It's like, yeah, we'll wait on you. No mask, don't worry about it. Yeah, I won't be going.
We went to one place. It was amazing. First off, the server, he talked like this. It was really irritating. And then we caught him pulling up his pants. He whacked his hand on the wall coming over, and he's like, ow! And then at one point, something happened where he apologized, but he pulled down his mask and then leaned in and said, I'm sorry! And it was a mess. He was, like, God spilled a person. That's what this person was.
And no mask on, nothing.
We had it on for the most part, but as lunch went, or the meal went, you could start to see his nose a little bit more, and then it just kind of, now the teeth are making an appearance, and...
People, we've had a year to figure out the mask thing, all right? There's no excuse anymore.
I like it. I go outside, I got a zit on my nose, and I don't have to worry about it. It's amazing. It's right, the best. I love it.
I agree.
Do you think it's cold in the winter? Oh, man. I might keep him around.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. When it gets cold. I mean, and you guys, you were there when the weather got really nasty.
Yes,
last month or the month before, whenever that was.
Yeah, I found out that I have retained my. I grew up in Minnesota, and I retained my Minnesota driving ability. It was amazing.
And it was fun to point and laugh at everybody else struggling with it, I'm sure.
No, it was frustrating because I had to pass them all on a snowdrift. But yeah, that was strange. That was weird. Luckily, I had power the whole time, so.
Oh, that's good. Oh my God, that's good.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Oh God, it's back. Yeah. So I've been doing voice acting. That's what I did after we broke up. I did a handful more of episodes of the Mouse Castle Lounge, and it was really funny. Getting into voice acting was just kind of a random thing that happened, but it was entirely appropriate. I have background working in the real world and human resources and such for God knows how long, but also blended in there. I did community theater for a little while. I was a DJ on air for about 6 years here in Vegas. And so it was kind of logical that I ended up gravitating towards voice acting. That it took me this long to get here, I have no explanation for, but quite by chance, it turned out that was about, I don't know, maybe 2 miles from my house. There was what was a little establishment called the Voice Actor Studio. And they had this big sign out front. You couldn't miss it. And I would be driving by it, and I'd see, Voice Actor Studio. Well, that sounds like fun. I should go check that out one of these days. And a few months would pass by, and I'd be in the same area and go, Voice Actor Studio. I should really need to check that out one of these days. Anyway, about a year later, right as I'm kind of tiring of the podcasting thing, I took the leap, and it's like, I need to try this. And it took me about 30 seconds. Once I went in there and the instructor went through her spiel, that it's like, I really, really would like to do this. And so I trained there for 6 months, cut my demo, and voila, I am a professional voice actor. And it's not as glamorous as it sounds.
Oh, I thought you'd be surrounded by adoring fans and.
I know. Well, a lot of people do get into voice acting for the groupies.
Oh yeah, voice actor groupies are freaky. They're fun.
They are. Let me tell you. But it's there's a business side of it. There's this whole world of voice acting that people have no concept of. You say voice actor, they want to know what video games and what animation that you've done. And maybe commercials, but there's a whole business side of it, and different narrations for e-learning. There's audiobooks. There's all of this huge world of stuff that anything you can put your voice to. And I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of e-learning. I've done a handful of indie video games, some indie animation projects, and I'm having the time of my life.
I thought you were going to say Indiana Jones. I was like, what?
Indiana Jones. I'm voicing Indiana Jones.
Oh my God, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was going to say, Harrison Ford's like 90% gruff now.
I can do that. I got a bad feeling about this kid.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything exciting like that. I'm just working an office job, so that's fun for me.
Well, you know, that's why you're here right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, before I left, because I lived in Phoenix, I think last we recorded, and I started doing like improv comedy there, and everybody loves improv comedy. It's the funniest thing to go watch. It's not really, but I moved out here, and so there was no way to. There's no theaters or anything I knew around here. But let me just say, I am thankful every day. Every day, I think that how thankful I am that I dropped out of improv comedy before it got to Zoom, because that's awful. I feel so bad because I see these people that I love and respect doing Zoom comedy, and oh no, I couldn't do it
without having that audience, that like club atmosphere. Is that what's missing? Do you need that energy from the live audience?
I think
what's
so.
The big difference?
I think it's just more painful to watch. Hey guys, we need give us a suggestion in the comments.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay. You come up with an animal, and you come up with an activity, and you come up with a place, and we'll see how this goes.
Yes. Oh, that was just rough. Maybe I'm just weak. I respect the people doing it, but I am very glad that I'm not doing it.
But you know, it is funny because maybe not improv, but late night TV has been weird like that. I mean, I like. Hello, totally forget his name. Seth
Meyers.
Seth Meyers. God. Oh. Yep. After 5 years, of not doing this, still got my timing. But yeah, Seth Meyers, he does his, his inside look, or a closer look. Mm-hmm. To hear him do that without an audience, or to hear John Oliver do Last Week Tonight without an audience, and they're both fantastic, but it's just weird without an audience. Now, I guess props to the producers for not putting in a laugh track, because I guess they could have, but it still doesn't. It feels off, and even though their timing is still great, their delivery is still great, it still feels off because it doesn't have the audience.
I think it depends on the like John Oliver. I think that works fine. You kind of adapt to it. But I'll say, like, I got really in quarantine. I really got big into game shows. And watching how they've been doing it. So like there's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They don't have the audience, but they have, what they are very open about is their crew members and everybody. And you can hear them laughing and everything. Card Sharks with Joel McHale, they bring in like the family members, and those are the only two people that are in there. However, there is a show that just came out on Fox, and it is a mess. I could not. It's what is it? Cherries Wild or Wild Cherries? It's a game show with Jason Biggs, and they do like a slot machine, and I couldn't finish the episode because I was spending more time figuring out how they filmed it than what was going on. Because they would bring the people on, and first off, Jason Biggs is way too excited to the point you can tell that he's not actually excited. It's painful. But then, so they show the audience. They show the audience from behind. So there's like rows of people. I'm like, oh, they must have filmed this, pre-quarantine, which is weird that they're just releasing it now.
They're cardboard cutouts, aren't they?
No. It's darker than that. That's the only way I can describe it, because it gave me just weird feelings. Because they cut to the people behind, you can see the audience reacting, but then you notice that people in the audience have mask straps behind their ear. Okay. But then they show the reaction shots of the audience, and they're not wearing masks. And then you realize that it's only a small group of the audience at each time that they're showing it, and it only goes back like 2 rows. And then you notice that when they show the back part of the audience, there's a little line. So you realize that audience isn't even there. They just put them, and they're acting like they are. And then the worst was, they did a wide shot where they showed Jason Biggs in the slot machine, which they say is rigged at the end of it in the fine print. But they just basically have superimposed audience, and it looks so fake. And I couldn't. It was bad. It was so bad. I'm like, just be honest and say, hey, we don't have an audience. It's whatever. We can move on. Because I've enjoyed the other shows that have done it, but that was just way too much for me, and I had to pull the ripcord and get out.
That's trying too hard. You know, I was going to be on a game show, and...
Were you?
Yes, and the pandemic ruined it.
Can you say which one?
I'm not going to, because there's probably still an outside chance.
Okay.
I mean, very slim chance that they could call me back. I don't even know if the show was doing production, but it was an established show. I will say it was on Game Show Network. And I had done the audition like over a year ago, well over a year ago, pre-pandemic. And then I started, then they would call me back. And it's like, we'd like to have you on the show. But then the pandemic starts. So we're going to do it on Skype. We're going to do your next interview on Skype. And so I did like a mock game via Skype with one of the production assistants, producers. And everything was going great to the point that they had actually asked me to take pictures of wardrobe options that I would wear for the show. And when you get to that point, and if you're an actor or performer, you've been on a game show, when you get to that point, you're going to be on the show. But then they kept postponing it, and they kept postponing it, and they kept postponing it, and it was all related to the pandemic. And then it was, you may hear back from us again or not.
I just know that now I just really want to go on a game show. So I'm jealous that you even got that far into it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was really, really fun. And the people that, I got to interact with, they were super supportive and always apologetic, that I'm sorry that we have to do it this way, with the pandemic and all this. And, it finally just got to the point. It's like, okay, yeah, it's not going to happen. We're done. I won't go into, any further detail on the outside chance that they do, in fact.
They're listening right now.
Yes, they are listening right now. It's like, and I probably just blown it. It's like, yeah.
It's Game Show Network. They'll understand.
Yeah, it is. It is. They will understand. So I mean, it's just been weird. Now, I haven't entirely gone 5 years without doing a podcast, because I did four episodes of the Mouse Castle Lounge just for kicks and giggles a couple of years ago. Has it been 2 years, 3 years, maybe? Anyway, it's been a few years, and I thought, it could be fun to do this again. And then I did 4 episodes, had a lot of fun doing it, and got it out of my system. And haven't been back.
I think it's more fun. You just keep it light
until today. Yeah, exactly. And so that brings us to the question of where are we going to go with this thing that we're doing right now?
I think.
What do you want to do, Anthony?
We could be like a murder podcast where every week we talk about a new murder.
We murder someone.
Oh, maybe that too. No. Oh my God, that'd be crazy. The murder podcast becomes the murderer. Interesting. No, maybe not that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think no matter what we do, it's going to be... I mean, you skew Disney as a whole, I think.
I do.
I skew more theme park, which is, Disney adjacent and included. So I think no matter what we do, it's going to be that.
Okay. All right. And it will, I'm thinking we'll probably just morph it into and call it the Mouse Castle Lounge, because, we have cocktails. You've got whiskey and
got whiskey, and then when this is gone, I have a beer, a milkshake double IPA. So.
And I actually have a small glass of wine here. Ha.
Oh.
Because I couldn't do our first, our reunion show without having, some alcohol.
Gotta have something.
Got to. Although, part of the joys of getting old is I can't drink red wine anymore. So I can only drink white wine.
Okay, that's funny that you say that because I'm only 30 years old and I'm finding that myself. Last night I had red wine and it was a struggle.
Yeah. It gives me migraines. And I'm not just talking that headachy feeling from having too much wine. It gives me migraines. And I don't know if it's the tannins or whatever, but I discovered that probably a couple years ago and stopped doing red wine entirely. Thank God vodka has not abandoned me.
I found out that I Googled it, and apparently it's a histamine intolerance. So I drink like heavy beers or wines, I start sneezing constantly because my body thinks I'm allergic to something.
Oh my God, that's weird. Now you're talking about you've got a brew pub next to your house. We have one not far from ours, and I need to go to there. You need to come to here. Not at the same time necessarily, but
Hey, where are you?
Why aren't you here? Because I've got to take you to our brew pub, and I'm gonna do a plug for them because they've always been super nice. But it's Love Lady Brewing. It's on Water Street in downtown Henderson. And they just have some great stuff there. And then we go there every Wednesday night for trivia with Courtney, and she's a kick.
Ooh,
so
I love a good trivia.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to get out there. One of the last, I had a really good pre-quarantine, like I really, let it out with a bang before I had to lock down. I went to the Aerosmith Deuces Are Wild concert in your neighborhood. Over there in Vegas.
Okay.
That was a good show. I like Aerosmith, though.
Oh, my God.
I think I just like him probably because of the Disney connection, but I've always liked him. And my dad, years ago, promised he was going to take me to... I made him promise that he's going to take me to an Aerosmith concert, and he kind of forgot about it. And then one day, I'm like, you got to take me. You promised me.
Oh, my God. I remember that. Okay.
And so it finally happened.
You're talking about that.
We got to go see... Yes. So that was a good show. And then right after...
No, you didn't see Yes, you saw Aerosmith.
Saw Aerosmith. So yeah, now I want to get to Vegas. I want to do like all the corny stuff there. Like I want to go see like a magic show and all that. So.
Okay. When things start coming back, and slowly but surely we're coming back. Now, unlike Texas, we have a governor that is responsible and follows the science. And it's pissed off a lot of people in the hotel and casino business because it's really. Because business, has been non-existent. Things really got shut down. But Steve Sisolak is our governor, and he has been very, very, consistent. And whether you, agree with him or not, and there are. Is there a plane taking off over your house here, or it's just a big truck?
That is absolutely a plane taking off right now. We'll have to.
You're on the runway.
We'll have to figure out when the wind is one way, and then we can record that because they're a lot quieter coming in.
No worries. I'm going to try to remove that in post-production. Anyway, I'm singing the praises of our governor, who really has gone out of his way to keep Nevada safe, and I appreciate that. But it means it's been really slow for business coming back, and we're getting entertainment is slowly coming back. The hotels are slowly opening up again, and over the next month or two, maybe. Will be, quasi-normal.
Let's hope. As normal as you can be in Las Vegas.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's what's so funny. It's like we are a very, very normal city. It's just we have this really crazy tourist area, but we're no different than any other major metropolitan area. We just have a really cool tourist area.
And I love, because obviously I'm a big fan of themed entertainment. So when it's catered to an adult, I feel even better about it.
Nice. Very nice. That's true. Yeah. And, you've been out here to visit. I mean, you and I, we hung out here. You stayed at my house, actually. This is going back.
Yes, this was like early on, I think, with my employment at the airline. So
yeah. And early on in the podcast too, yeah. But you are way overdue for a visit.
I know.
Now that we're on speaking terms again.
Yes, I don't know. I'm moving past it.
I know. It's time to move on, and we will move on. And this episode, and this is okay. I do have a master plan here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to post this show, both under the Mouse Castle Lounge and under Inside the Mouse Castle, mostly because, do you know when we stopped doing Inside the Mouse Castle, we had done 97 episodes. We have to get to 100.
We did 97?
We did 97 episodes.
How long were we doing that?
That's staggering. I actually have to go back and look. And so we need to get to 100. So I figure we'll do 3 more, and I'll post them as each as a different podcast, just so we can get Inside the Mouse Castle to 100.
Yeah, I mean
then after that, who knows what we'll do? But once that gets to 100, then we can go where
we can go into syndication and get that network money.
Yeah, and then the residuals just start pouring in.
It's gonna be great. We'll be at that one restaurant where they have the residual checks on the wall.
Exactly. So there you go. So yes, we will be talking about Disney. Future episodes, we'll be talking about booze. Maybe we'll interview somebody. You never know.
Oh my God.
I know. We can do whatever we want. Damn it. We're Americans.
You could even get into some character work.
I could. Well, you could practice your improv. We could do,
hey. We can call it Comedy Bang Bang. Oh wait, no, that's already
that's been done. Comedy Bong Bong. There you go. They'll never ever know the difference. Yes.
Scott Aukerman will sue our ass.
And win. So there we go. What do you think? Should we do this again next week?
I can do it next week. I don't think I got anything going on.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll record a show, and, to the 3 of you who are listening, we promise it'll have a little more structure. Maybe. And
if you want to hear about something, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. You can you still get a hold of us. Go to themousecastle.com. We've got a little feedback box there. Everything. I kept everything alive. Except I was trying to log into our hosting service. Libsyn, Liberated Syndication, has hosted the Mouse Castle websites for years now. And it had been such a long time that I was on there. I could neither remember my username nor my password. And after a little messing around, finally figured it out. So there'll be some activity there, but stick around. We promise this is going to be fun.
It's going to be something, at least.
And it is. It's definitely going to be a thing. I don't know if it's going to be a thing, but it's going to be a thing.
Good or bad, it'll be a thing.
It'll be a thing. It will. And we'll be here. And with that, I guess we'll be seeing you next time, whenever that may be, on Inside the Mouse Castle Lounge with Tim and Anthony.
See ya.